This short session is for food handlers, cleaners, and supervisors. Subscribe for more practical food safety toolbox talks. COSHH and food safety meet wherever chemicals are brought into a kitchen. Good control protects staff from burns, breathing problems, and dermatitis, while stopping residues, splashes, or fumes from reaching food. Every business needs a practical system covering purchase, use, storage, spills, and disposal, with staff able to follow it during a busy service. In Great Britain, the COSHH Regulations 2002 require employers to assess hazardous substances and prevent or adequately control exposure. Northern Ireland has equivalent 2003 regulations. The Food Safety Act 1990 and Hygiene Law also require protection from contamination. The 2013 hygiene regulations named here apply to England, while the other UK nations have their own legislation. Poor chemical management can harm people and food at the same time. Sanitizer sprayed near uncovered ingredients, leaking bleach above a bench, or an unlabeled bottle can cause burns, breathing difficulty, poisoning, or chemical contamination. The business may then face wasted stock, complaints, a recall, a lower hygiene rating, enforcement action, or prosecution. Kitchen hazards include corrosive oven cleaners, concentrated dishwasher chemicals, acidic descalers, disinfectants, pest control products, and gases. Wrong dilution can leave unsafe residues, while chlorine products mixed with acids can release toxic gas. Carbon dioxide can displace oxygen, and LPG creates fire and explosion risks, so separate safety controls may also apply. Hazard pictograms give an immediate warning, but they don't tell the whole story. A flame means flammable, a test tube damaging a hand or metal means corrosive, and a skull means acute toxicity. The exclamation mark covers harmful or irritant effects, while the chest symbol warns of serious long-term health hazards. Staff must read the label and assessment, not guess from colour or smell. A COSHH assessment must identify the substance, who could be harmed, how exposure may happen, and the controls required. Consider normal use, dilution, spraying, spills, storage, and disposal. Prevent exposure where possible, perhaps by choosing a safer product before relying on PPE. Record significant findings if you employ 5 or more people, and review them after changes, concerns, or incidents. The safety data sheet explains product identity, hazards, first aid, handling, exposure controls, PPE, fire response, spill action, storage, and disposal. Suppliers must provide an up-to-date sheet for chemicals classified as hazardous for supply. Keep it accessible, including during an emergency, but remember that an SDS isn't your COSHH assessment because it doesn't reflect your exact task, workplace, or users. Keep chemicals in their original, clearly labeled containers whenever possible, upright and in a secure area away from food, packaging, and clean equipment. Segregate incompatible products and use trays or bunding where leakage is possible. Never use drinks bottles, food tubs, or unmarked sprays. If a working container is permitted, it must be suitable, correctly labeled, and controlled. Before use, check the label and assessment. Measure the stated dilution and never mix products. Apply the correct contact time and rinse food contact surfaces when the instructions require it. Gloves, eye protection, aprons, or respiratory protection must be suitable, maintained, and backed by training. PPE is the last line of defense, so it can't replace safer products, closed systems, or good ventilation. Consider 3 preventable failures: oven cleaner above a preparation table, leaks onto the work area. Sanitizer in an unlabeled water bottle is mistaken for a drink. Bleach mixed with acidic descaler releases chlorine gas and forces an evacuation. Correct storage, approved labeled containers, and a strict rule against mixing chemicals remove these shortcuts before they become emergencies. For a spill, keep people away and follow the planned procedure and safety data sheet. Wear the stated PPE, ventilate if it's safe, stop the source only if trained, and keep chemicals away from food and drains. Use the correct spill materials, dispose of contaminated food and waste safely, then clean the area. Report, record, and investigate the incident, and call emergency services when required. For skin or eye contact, start rinsing immediately and follow the label and safety data sheet. NHS guidance says chemical burns need at least 20 minutes under cool or lukewarm running water, and serious burns need 999. Remove contaminated clothing without exposing the helper. For inhalation, move to fresh air if safe. If swallowed, don't cause vomiting. Get urgent advice and take the container or SDS. Employers must assess risks, keep an accurate chemical inventory, obtain safety data sheets, choose safer alternatives where practicable, provide controls and suitable PPE, train staff and check that precautions work. Staff must use products as trained, where required PPE, never mix chemicals, return them to storage and report damaged containers, spills, symptoms or missing labels straight away. The core message is simple. Identify every hazardous substance, assess the real task and control exposure before work starts. Keep chemicals labelled, secure and physically separated from food areas. Make instructions, safety data sheets, spill equipment and first aid easy to reach. Effective COSHH control depends on trained people following the system every time, even when the kitchen is under pressure. Try foodsafety.app free to manage temperatures, checks, allergens, cleaning and inspection-ready records from one simple app.